Movie theater tells you if there's a scene near the end of the movie. Cruella, mid-credits. Quiet Place 2, no. Conjuring, no. Spirits, no. In the Heights, no. In the Heights, yes. Peter Rabbit 2, no. Peter Rabbit 2 does have a credit scene, though. That's mildly interesting, and I appreciate the fact that they do this because I wouldn't want to sit in there for the entire credits for no reward, as much as I appreciate the work that all those wonderful people did crunching on that movie. But I wouldn't want to sit through the credits. My life is unchanged by going through them. But, yeah, no. That's wonderful. I want more theaters to do that. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kalbus. My name is Lumo, and today we are looking at r/MildlyInteresting, a subreddit dedicated to things that just kind of make you go, huh, neat. Let's just get right into it, shall we? Saw this converted classic BMW EV charging at the supermarket today. I'm sorry, are they converting classic cars into electronic models? Because that is actually fantastic. We had a couple of vintage cars in the towns near me and in my town, and I always thought they looked cool, but I could actually visibly see the pollution coming out of them. So like seeing this, that gives me the big okie dokies in my Koki rows. I love that. That puts like a big old smile on my face, because I like how vintage cars look. I would never want to maintain one. But the fact that there are electric models that, I guess that is kind of hampered by the poor aerodynamics of older vehicles, but still, I think that's super cool. I inherited my grandma's sewing supplies, and as I was putting them away, I realized I bought the exact same button she did over 35 years ago for me. Bunny buttons! Bunny buttons! That's really cool, though. I guess it's a case of if it's not broke, don't fix it. But I just think that's, I don't know, it's very neat. I find it interesting that they just never changed that pattern. Everything looks to be roughly the exact same, except the quality might have gone down on the newer ones. Like, if you look, the actual holes seem to be all over the place. But yeah, no, that's really cool. I'm glad that they kept that going. Noticed cardboard hangers instead of plastic hangers while working on my shift. Well, that is very eco-friendly. I'm a big fan, and thank you for timestamping it. Very sorry that you seem to be working at 1 in the morning at a Target. I wouldn't want to be there. I've had friends who are there. I would never want to do it personally. That's just not something that my life ever wants to be, although it could be. Life is strange, and you never know where you'll end up. But I really like this for 2 reasons. 1, I've got enough damn hangers. I could probably kill the ocean with the amount of plastic in my closet, and I despise it because I would like to safely get rid of them and replace them with like better, more eco-friendly hangers. But 2, I love this because that means that this is now recyclable, meaning theoretically speaking, we produce less waste to make temporary hangers for supermarkets. Not supermarkets, but you know what I mean, superstores and clothing stores. That's very good. 10 out of 10. I, 17M, have abnormally long arms, 5'9", with a 6'6" wingspan. My god, dude, yeah, no, that's going down to like your knee. I could be completely wrong about that. I don't know where your knees actually are. Those are quite loose-fitting pants, but man, you got the proportions of a Phantasy Star Online 2 character, which, they look nice, so I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I wonder what, like, genetics caused that, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm a leggy man. I got a lot of leg. That's just how I am. So, like, I question if those genes are close. Like, what is the genetic, like, area that is responsible for your wingspan? But you know what I bet? I bet you he gives really good hugs. Yo, these vines in my neighborhood look like an elephant. You know what? That is mildly interesting. I don't know what else you want me to say. I'm sure someone probably trims them like that intentionally, but I think that's just neat. I really like botany stuff. I never want to do it because ticks are involved and wasps, and both of those things are the creation of Satan, specifically to spite us, like all of us. Anything with flesh hates them. Do ticks have flesh? No. Do wasps? No. They're made out of Satan's chitin. It's awful. But I think this bush is neat. 30 years ago, my grandfather encased this meatball in epoxy. Looks vile. Hey, yo boys, check it out. It's the voice of Riven. It's come back to get us. It's stuck in stasis. Oh god, that is... I've never understood the fascination people have with putting like food in epoxy and seeing what happens. Because sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. And this is just kind of gross. Like, will the gas that's in there eventually crack the epoxy? Like, or does it just like turn to amber? Like, what's the scientific process here? If you know in the comments, please do let me know. What's gonna happen to the epoxy once that gas starts trying to get out? Because eventually, that gas is gonna expand. My coffee looks like Jupiter. Yes, it does. Next, the components for my new vacuum are all packaged in paper instead of plastic, and I love to see it. Oh my god, dude. Like, I am living for how much eco-friendliness is in this video. Like, here's the thing. I am very much of the mindset that, like, regardless of, you know, whatever theories people have, etc., we only have this one planet and we should try and take care of it. Like, that is my personal viewpoint. Like, as a wood creature, as a woodland man, I just get pissed unreasonably when I see people litter. And when there's areas for improvement, like wrapping stuff not in plastic, using cardboard coat hangers, I'm here for it. Classic cars get to stay alive by making them electronic so you can't visibly feel the ozone layer just folding around it. I'm here for it. I'm here for all that stuff. I just think it's so neat, and I just love to see it. I genuinely love to see it. And I hope to one day live in a world that is completely sustainable. Because that way, I don't have to worry about taking half-hour showers. I won't feel guilty about that. Someone buried an old TV in our backyard at some point. I am in love with, like, the indecision on this post. Like, yeah, it might have happened maybe some point. Yeah, it's there. Kinda. I guess. But why though? That's the interesting thing to me. So we have now gone from like, oh, everything is biodegradable this episode, to we have buried plastic and metal in the backyard. I mean, that looks like an old CRT, like a really old CRT. Apparently someone else's grandparents had a car buried in the front yard. What? Apparently, depending on the age, they used to use things like this to stabilize soft ground. So you can find cars sticking out of riverbanks deep in the woods of New England because they used them to reinforce the banks after the floods of the 30s and 40s. I'm sorry, what? I have lived here for 27 years. What are you talking about? I'm sure this is a thing, but I've never seen it. Is that... Like, look, okay, no, like, there are a lot of towns in New Hampshire that have riverbanks that are reinforced with concrete. Are you telling me that, theoretically speaking, there could be cars from the 30s and 40s buried inside of those cardboard banks? Not cardboard banks, sorry. Buried inside of those concrete banks? Is that what you're telling me? Are you telling me that there might just be a BMW sticking out of one of the rivers? If so, I would like to see it. I believe it's real. I'll take the word for it. I'll take the word of a random Redditor. We did it, Reddit. We've tricked a himbo. But I've never seen this. I've seen a lot of tires. I can believe tires. I've seen a lot of, like, empty barrels. I always questioned what they were doing by the river. I thought someone was just dumping illegally. But yeah, no, that is just... It's weird. That's weird. God, it's like the crashed plane that's, like, in the middle of the woods. Like... There's so much weird stuff just hiding in the woods of New England, and I'm scared for what else might be out there. Our local supermarket has a Mitch Hedberg quote hanging above the checkout line. I like rice. Rice is great if you're hungry and want 2,000 of something. I mean, yes, I'm a big fan of rice. I'm actually considering getting a rice cooker because I love the way that it fluffs. It's just, rice is good. Rice is like the ultimate compliment. There is so much that can just go with rice. That, like, rice is nice. Rice is just nice. And it's such a low price for that rice that's nice. And, like, I'll have it twice, maybe even thrice. Because rice is just that nice. I went into the office for the first time since March of 2020 and I found the kiwi I left on my desk. Oh, that just looks like Borat. And if you know exactly what I'm talking about, you know, looks like it's being strangled. Man, that's disgusting. That's just disgusting. Also, top comment, there should be a sub dedicated to items found upon returning to the office. Amazing, but also yes. I stumbled across this car that's painted half black and half white. I mean, it's important to have a brand, but like, are you really going to pass judgment? Her mom was killed by Dalmatians. Her mom was killed by Dalmatians, and you're laughing. I can't believe the Cruella movie exists. I'm sorry, her mom was killed by Dalmatians. That actually just, like, sends me to the moon. Her mom was killed by Dalmatians. Not even like a brutal mauling. No, they just pushed her off a cliff. Purified water looks like urinate from where I'm sitting. Ah, perspective. One hell of a drug. Another time, if you look at it, it's gonna say fire or fire. F-I-E-R. Either way, I really want some water now. In fact, I think I will have some here live on Kalbus.com Reddit channel. Disappointing, my bottle was empty. I'm going to go sob. Not live on KalbusYouTubeChannel.com/Reddit. This exploded can of foam spray! When you really want everything to get there with one piece, sacrifice one life, secure the lives of many. That is, I mean, you can cut through that easily enough, but that's gonna be some discounted stock if you buy that wholesale. That is, I mean, I guess it's very effective. It filled the box and didn't destroy it. So I would say it's good at filling crevasses, so that's just like, that's a testament to good product, really. And that's all the time we have here today on Kalbus. If you like this, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, maybe share this with a friend who could use something just, you know, kind of thought-provoking, not seriously, but like it's got something going on with it. If you do want more r/mildly interesting, there'll be another one popping up on your screen in just a couple of seconds. But until then, my name has been Lumo, and I hope to see you in the very next Kalbus video. Have a great rest of your day.